Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Previews Reviews, which takes a look at collectibles, statues, action figures, and all kinds of other cool things coming into stores starting in April 2014. I'm Kevin Hickey.
And I am Ricky Lima.
And Ricky, would you please do everybody the honor, the solid, of telling them where this episode is being filmed?
This episode is being filmed at the Sidekick store in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. It's the Sidekick store that is the man to Stadium Spider, the Zed in Wizard of Oz. I just looked around.
So that's the best you can come up with,
hey,
eh? Just looking around.
Hey, man.
The X in the X-Men.
That's true.
The Confidential in Batman Confidential.
Sure.
Alright, cool. Previews is the magazine, of course, that most shops use to order all of their pop culture merchandise out of, or at least a good portion of it. All kinds of crazy statues and action figures and different types of collectibles and fun things you can find within this tome's pages. You know, if there's anything in here that interests you, talk to your shop and ask them to order it in for you, because there's literally too much in here to carry in one store. So yeah, you'd need like 17 warehouses to house all of this product. We're going to get us started today with a bunch of stuff from DC Collectibles. Okay, first up is the Batman Arkham City Clayface Deluxe Action Figure. The monstrous Clayface can take any shape, including that of an awesome action figure like this all-new one based on the villain's appearance from the best-selling video game Batman Arkham City. Clayface comes with accessories and 2 interchangeable arms. He will be $99.95. Looks like a price increase there over the other deluxe figures. And he will be in stores in July 2014. Ricky, quick thoughts on Clayface?
It seems like the price increase is because it's actually Clayface transformed into a toy. That's what the copy said. Yeah. What?
So everyone can have their own Clayface.
It's like they
use at your own risk.
Yeah.
And buyer beware. Carpe diem. That means seize the day. Caveat emptor. Buyer beware.
Oh, whoa.
YOLO.
Let's just speak Latin now.
Yeah.
Let's just.
The rest of this broadcast will be in Latin. We've got Red Hood and the Outlaws action figures featuring Red Hood, Arsenal, and Starfire. From the design scene in DC Comics, Red Hood and the Outlaws come the next wave of action figures from DC Collectibles. Renegade X-Robin Jason Todd, exiled Tamaranian Princess Starfire, and disavowed Green Arrow protege Roy Harper all unite to take on whatever this or any planet has to throw at them. These will be $24.95 each, and they are on sale in July 2014. Ricky, thoughts on Red Hood and the Outlaws?
It's pretty good. I only read like the crossover books, so
yeah.
I don't know if it's like amazing, but
well, the books or the action figures?
Well, both. You know,
yeah, the action figures look pretty cool.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah.
I wish the Red Hood was like an actual...
This is just we're looking at the previews magazine here, and we'll probably have an actual image to show you guys, but he's looking at a black and white digital sculpt here, so it's not in full color yet.
Yeah, not yet.
DC Comics Bombshells Stargirl statue, designed by Ricky's dear old Aunt Lucia, and sculpted by Tim Miller. This line of striking stylized statues of the most popular female heroes and villains of the DC Universe, modeled after the pinups of the 1940s, continues with a teenage superheroine, Stargirl. This will be $124.95 and on sale in July 2014. This statue, like all the rest of the Bond Girls ones, is awesome.
Yeah.
I think they need to make a Bombshells comic. Much in the same way that they did the Ami Kami
that'd be a good idea.
thing. I think a Bombshells comic, all these heroines in wartime serving as like morale boosters for the troops.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be?
That'd be wicked. And they should also do like a male version of these Bombshells. I think that'd be really cool. Like a Batman as like a general or something.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. It'd
be
be so cool. Rob is a huge Stargirl fan. One of his favorite characters.
Why?
Yeah. Because he loved the Justice Society of America and the Jeff Johns run on those books.
Interesting.
And she was a huge part of that. We've got a Batman Arkham Asylum Harley Quinn statue. Laughter may be the best medicine, but with this caregiver, you just might die laughing. Based on her nurse's costume from the best-selling video game Batman Arkham Asylum, Harley Quinn's ready to deliver doses of maniacal medicine. This will be $124.95 and on sale in July 2014. Ricky, have we had enough of the Harley Quinn, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham City statues?
It's getting pretty out of hand.
All right.
Especially Arkham Asylum's like so old now, man.
Well, time will tell if the Harley Quinn fans feel the same. And then finally, Ricky, we have this. This is a unique item from DC Collectibles. It is the Batman Utility Belt Prop Replica. The Dark Knight has everything he needs to fight for justice in his infamous utility belt. Now you can be as prepared as the Caped Crusader himself with your very own Batman Utility Belt Prop Replica.
It's basically a fanny pack, people. Batman's wearing a fanny pack.
No, man. There's like buttons on this. Fanny packs, I think, have zippers by definition.
That's true. That's true.
Somebody should make a superhero that has a fanny pack, and all like his stuff is in his fanny pack.
Biclops from The Simpsons.
Oh, did he have a fanny pack? Biclops?
I don't know.
He would be a good candidate for a fanny pack wearer in comics.
Yeah, it doesn't even smack good. Oh, that's good. But so this is like fully functional. How long until we see nerds at conventions wearing this utility belt?
Pretty soon. I've seen a lot of people use Ingenious, but it's a little pricey. I think even for cosplay. It's $299.95. It's on sale in July 2014. I've seen people do really good utility belts with just getting, stuff from an army surplus store and painting them, or getting some of the hardware belts from Home Depot or whatever, and painting them up, or one that I saw used like deck boxes from trading card games, and had them painted up, and and those actually looked really good.
Nice.
So there's all kinds of
these kind of look like deck boxes.
Yeah. No pellets inside these though, I don't think.
Not yet.
Yeah, no like gas pellets or smoke bombs. We'll see, but I guess you can put your own in there if you want. Okay, Ricky, now up next is probably one of the most awesome things we've ever had on an episode of Previews Reviews. It's the Macho Man Randy Savage resin statue from McFarlane Toys.
Oh.
This statue commemorates WrestleMania 5. It's limited edition, includes WrestleMania 5 authentic memorabilia. It's individually and sequentially numbered, stands over 17 inches tall, 360-degree rotating base, and a certificate of authenticity hand-signed by Todd McFarlane. This is the Macho Man Randy Savage resin statue.
Wow.
Although, I do like that it is a WrestleMania 5 version of this. Of course, everyone knows WrestleMania 5 is where the Mega Powers collided. You can see there was this whole drama between Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, where Randy Savage thought that Hogan was like after Elizabeth and stuff like that, and they had a little falling out. The Mega Powers broke up, and Savage, being the champion at the time, defended the title against Hogan at WrestleMania at Trump Plaza. Hogan defeated him in the end, and the feud continued.
And then did he take Elizabeth?
No. Hogan never wanted Elizabeth. All Hogan wanted was the friendship of both Randy Savage and Elizabeth. His intentions were misunderstood.
That's beautiful.
But, a leg drop settled all that in the ring that night at WrestleMania 5.
What a crappy finisher.
I would have preferred if they would have based this on the WrestleMania 4 version of Randy Savage, where, of course, also at the same Trump Plaza 1 year before, he defeated Ted DiBiase at the finale of the WWF at the time, championship belt tournament to fill the vacant championship position. Wow. Don't you think?
You sure know a lot about your 80s wrestling.
I do, man. I love 80s wrestling. This is awesome, and it comes with, it looks like it's going to be an actual sequined fabric kind of robe for him, and it's got a piece of WrestleMania memorabilia. I don't know what it is there. It's like a piece of fabric or something, maybe from the ring, or...
Whoa. It's
It's
like
hard
part
to
of the
see.
ropes.
Yeah, there's something. There's something to do with WrestleMania 5, and it looks awesome. What do you think? Were you a fan of Randy Savage?
I grew up with like the 90s wrestling.
Right.
So he was kind of like, he wasn't really that popular.
Okay.
He was still there. Like he was part of the NWO at one point.
Yeah, he went over to WCW and stuff like that. And Yeah, man, his fight with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at WrestleMania 3, one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
All right.
You've never seen it?
Take your word for it now.
Oh, man. Ricky, go home and YouTube.
Hey, man.
Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, WrestleMania 3.
I'm all about the Attitude Era, man.
Rock and wrestling. That was the era, man. That was the era.
All right, just in time for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man figure. A Diamond Select toy release, the Amazing Spider-Man is back in an all-new big-screen adventure, and he's also back in the hit Marvel Select line. This 7-inch scale figure depicts Spidey in his brand new costume and features 16 points of articulation. Comes packaged in display-ready select packaging with spine-referencing artwork. Designed and sculpted by Gentle Giant. Ooh, he kind of looks like he has a gut because, like, you can move his, like, torso.
Yeah.
It's like,
they do that a lot with Spider-Man figures because they want to make them really articulated. What do you think spine referencing means?
I don't know, man. Maybe, like, spine is in, like, the package spine?
Yeah, I'm guessing they mean the spine of the Marvel Select thing has artwork along the side, so
weird. It also comes with a sweet fireman hat for Spider-Man.
Little foreshadowing, maybe spoilery aspect of Amazing Spider-Man 2. He's going to get a job as a fireman, I can only assume, and start working with a ladder company in
Jonah's
New York City.
not paying him enough.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, that's alright.
Yeah.
Comes with also, like, 2 different hands.
Yeah, the Marvel Select Amazing Spider-Man, the original one, was fairly well received, even though the original one... Remember, we talked about it here on previous reviews. It was like Spider-Man with like a nondescript brick wall behind him, and like a really gritty looking, grimy looking window.
Weird.
At least, you know, with this one he comes with a fire hat.
And this is only available through Diamond?
Only through Diamond Select Toys. So you'll only be able to get this action figure at your local comic shop or other retailers that deal directly with Diamond. Okay, up next from Kotobukiya we have the Juggernaut Danger Room Session Fine Art Statue. Kotobukiya's Amazing X-Men Danger Room Sessions Fine Art Statue is back. We've seen a variety of mutant heroes and even Magneto battling the holographic dangers in the X-Men training facility, and the latest character to come crashing in is the Juggernaut. Juggernaut stands a massive 12 inches tall, 1/6 scale, along with the other Sessions members like Psylocke, Wolverine, Colossus, and Cyclops. Also like them, Kane Marco stands on a unique Danger Room holographic environment. This one replicates the X-Mansion itself, complete with the smash seal of Charles Xavier's Institute ground beneath his feet. Whether you're collecting the Danger Room Session statues or are a fan of Juggernaut, this fine art statue is the definitive representation of the character. This is $279.99 and available in August 2014.
Whoa, this thing was wicked.
Definitive, Ricky. The definitive representation of the character.
Defining.
Juggernaut, you know, anytime you're making a Juggernaut anything, there's all kinds of extra material and workmanship that have to go into it because he's just so massive.
Does his helmet come off? No.
No, I don't believe his helmet comes off. I don't believe anything on him moves or is removable. It's strictly a statue. It's their fine art version, so it's using the finest materials and paint.
Do you think there are like that big of a fan for Juggernaut? Like there are people out there who are huge fans of Juggernaut?
Oh yeah, anyone who was a hardcore collector of X-Men is a fan of Juggernaut, and and also if they've been collecting these other statues in the Danger Room line.
People who work out, they look up to Juggernaut. Maybe?
I don't know that they necessarily look up to Juggernaut for working out.
So unrealistic, I guess.
I think a lot of guys that come into our store that go to the gym and stuff like to wear Superman shirts.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Same with Spider-Man too. I know Under Armour, they released the Spider-Man print on their thing. It sells like crazy.
Yeah, and it's like $80 or something, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Isn't it like super expensive for Under Armour? I don't know. You're asking the wrong two guys.
Hey, I clearly live.
Alright, so that's the Juggernaut fine art statue.
Alright, finally, we have the Street Fighter 4 real action hero figures. From Medicom Toys, for 25 years, Capcom Street Fighter has been one of video games' defining works. And 5 years ago, Capcom released the latest iteration of the venerable franchise for current generation system, Street Fighter 4. Medicom recreates 2 of the game's characters with a new release in Real Action Hero line of figures. Version 2.0 Chun-Li updated from her 2009 release. Her figure stands 12 inches high with exquisite sculpting details, costuming, a display stand, multiple faces and hands, and her fireball. These 2 statues will be $269.99 each.
All right.
Wow,
expensive, and they're not statues, Ricky. They're real action hero figures.
What?
So they are articulate. They can move around. That is a the real action hero line of figures are quite expensive, but they're very high quality and only for the serious collector. So.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Now imagine if you had bought version 1.0 of Chun-Li. How pissed off you would be. You know, if there's an updated 2.0 version of her that you also have to spend $270 on.
I would be pissed just to spend $275
yeah.
on Stag.
I mean, if you had the money,
yeah,
it was no object, and you're
like
really into Street Fighter.
Oh man, it sounds like Bill Gates maybe, like where I'm making double that like every second.
Bill Gates is giving away, I think, more than he's made.
Wow, but that guy is rich.
These are going to be out in November 2014 as they are imports from Asia. So, all right, everybody, that is it for this episode of Previews Reviews. Stay tuned when we take a look next time at books coming out into stores in May 2014. May is the month of Free Comic Book Day, so that's going to be awesome. And I'm sure there'll be all kinds of cool collectibles to talk about as well. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.